to Nirmal Bang, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Dadia. We have with us Mr. Parag Jhaveri, MD and CEO at Yasho Industries, joining in. Welcome to the show, Parag, and a pleasure to speak to you as well. Overall, if you see in terms of the performance, fantastic performance that we've seen in terms of FY22, despite all the ongoing challenges in the country and the global markets due to COVID, plus you have the Russia-Ukraine war that has cropped up as well. What is it that actually led to this kind of growth, and has it met your internal expectations?
I think a couple of things. Number one, we have a strong customer base globally. Number two, our consistent quality, which is helping us to retain these customers and add on to the more customers. And number three, what we did the expansion in last 3 years, we have added the capacity, almost about 4,000 plus metric tons over the last year. So that is helping us. Also the factors are, China plus one. People are looking at a non-Chinese product, non-Chinese. So obviously it comes to India, and in our segment we have been placed very well. I think so. All these factors are helping us to grow much better, much faster.
Right. So overall, the kind of revenue growth we've seen, plus in terms of the profitability growth as well, are we expected to maintain a similar growth rate in the coming quarters?
As long as the top line is concerned, no, because we're almost running at the full capacity. We are expecting a modest growth of over 10% maximum, and upside will come to us. We will try our best to maintain the last year EBITDA or slightly improve on that with the help of a product mix. Otherwise, there is a tremendous pressure on the raw material front. The fuel cost is rising. There is the issues of the logistic issues. So all these factors, you must have seen that in the last quarter we did suffer on our EBITDA margin. It will lower. And we don't foresee that to go away in the near future. It will remain. These factors will remain very important and persistent in the business. So we have to have a right product mix going forward, which will help us to grow further.
Right. So if you see in terms of the sales volumes as well, are we expecting it to remain almost stagnant, taking into consideration the capacity constraints that we have currently now?
Yes, the tonnage point of view, it will remain stagnant, but we are contemplating, or we already had some product mix change, and that will help us to grow further in terms of a top line, and also should help us. We believe that it might help us to grow the bottom line too.
Right. And in terms of the exports as well, from almost a 63 to 64% that we saw in the fourth quarter of FY21, it has jumped to almost around 68% now. So is this a one-off, or is this a number that we are looking to maintain, where exports as a percentage of revenues is something which will increase?
I think we are working towards gaining more export markets, so that is helping us. We have invested in registration, which is mandatory for the European market. We have more than 35 products today registered there. Recently, we have started our stock point in Europe as forming a new company in Europe. Mainly, that's purpose is to reach out to the more customers, the smaller user there. The big users can buy from India, big country, full country now. But the smaller user who just use a 1 ton, 2 ton, they are not keen to buy from India. They want to have a local delivery. So we do foresee a little further upstick into our export market. So 65%, I would say we should hold on, and if we have whenever room, we can grow further there. But minimum 65% we should grow.
Right. And overall, as a contribution to sales, if you have to see geography-wise, contribution from India, USA, and Europe has gone down slightly versus the rest of the world, which has gone up. So is this a mix that we are looking to continue with?
We wish to grow to some other segment also. But their economy or the lot of multiple challenges are not supporting us today. But I will say that the Europe and USA is going to be a major destination for the Yasho product going forward too. So almost 75% revenue will come from there, and balance 25% from the rest of the world. And we try to grow more there, but it's not easy.
Right. And in terms of the product mix as well, as you mentioned, there has been a shift happening in there. What I understand is the contribution with regards to specialty chemicals, lubricant additives, that's something which has increased pretty much. So is that the focus area where we are reducing our focus with regards to aroma chemicals, food antioxidants? Because those are the two which have seen a decrease. Whereas if you see the rubber chemicals has remained pretty much stagnant at 35%.
Well, yeah, it is stagnant and it has grown. If you look at that overall,
Correct.
yes, it's a stagnant. But if you look at in an absolute quantum, rubber chemical has grown from 4,000 odd to 5,000 odd metric ton. I will say.
Correct.
So, yeah, focus area for Yasho is a specialty segment. That's a specialty chemicals, lubricant and rubber. That's where we focus, and we hope to grow further there in that segment.
Right. And in terms of expansion plans as well, there is a greenfield expansion plan at Pakajan in Gujarat. So where are we on that front? Because I mean, the estimated cost I do understand is around 350 crores. So how are we going to fund it? Is it going to be internal accruals, or is it going to be, bank loans or any external funding?
Well, as long as the project is concerned, we are waiting for the government clearance. That is EC, environmental clearance. We are waiting for that. We hope it should come in a month or two or whatever it is. I can't give assurance. So whatever we say that from we get the clearance, it will take 24 months maximum to achieve that. I can't say on behalf of government when I'll get the permission.
I know. Right.
So as long as the funding is concerned, out of 350, 240 crores, we are raising a debt from a bank. Then 10 is internal accruals, and last year we did the preferential subscription. So from that, 40 crores has come. So like that, 110 crores is funded.
Right. And overall, if you see, as we say that, 24 months after receiving all regulatory approvals is the kind of timelines that we're looking at. By when do we start seeing revenue recognition? Say, for example, in the next 2 months or 3 months, we're already in the month of May. Say by August 2022, we get the approvals. So by August 24 is when the plant will be ready. So what's the kind of revenue recognition that we could see in that first year of operations?
See, we are expecting at least to achieve 55% of operational revenue from that unit once it start coming to production. And then going forward, about 70%. It's everything depends on how quickly we can convince customer to buy more, because till the time we don't have clarity on when we are starting the production, we cannot go to customers. Customers have been identified, they already shown the interest. Yes, once you are there, we can talk about it. So we should be ready with the trials, and then we can approach customers, and the business can start generate from that day. So we are very much hopeful that the first year maybe 50-55% on a conservative side, and next year should be about 70-75% utilization. We should work.
Right. And very lastly, Parag, overall, if you have to look at the next 3 to 5 years, what are the key milestones that Yasho Industries is looking to cross over?
Honestly, we want to have a strong position into the field of rubber, lube, and couple of specialty chemistry, what we are producing today globally. That's it. Right now, we don't have a global scale of capacity, if I say that. Okay. We are looking forward to that, to achieve that standard, so we can, the big users can look at us. Otherwise, the big users will not look at you unless until they feel that yes, we can feed them. We need to achieve that standard, and that's our aim. Next 3 years first to achieve that and become one of the key players in this segment.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of any competitive advantage, what's the major opportunity, especially from a China perspective?
Good part here. Okay, the kind of product what we are producing, we have a major competition come from China and some other producers for more of our commodity type of rubber chemicals. Otherwise, into the niche segment, we more compete with our Americans or Europeans or Japanese producers. So we don't see that issue here. What we see that the EV, the Euro 6 or the Bharat 6, which is coming into lubricant segment, will push company to use more and more additives, and that's where we are looking at the growth. Also, the government is looking at the fuel, new kind of fuel, that is ethanol blending, where we are making certain chemicals. So those are the areas where company is looking to grow.
Right. So it looks like a good growth path from here on as well. Thank you, Parag, so much for joining us on the show. It's always a pleasure to speak to you and get insights. Congratulations once again, and good luck for the coming quarters, and speak to you soon again. Thank you so much and stay safe.
Thank you very much, Elon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.